When I was younger, when I was a little girl, I grew up in the church until I was about 6 years old. My family was very involved, and then there was church hurt because people are broken, and we left the church. That's kind of where my life started to fall apart. There was infidelity that I saw growing up. There was a lot of drug and alcohol use. That's kind of the culture that I adopted as my own. It led me to getting married very young to escape my situation and to try to help someone that I believed was more broken than myself. I got married very young at 18, and it was very abusive in more ways than just one. When it got to the breaking point in that relationship, I went to my roots. I went back to Christ and I asked for help, and he led me out of that because he's gracious, he's merciful. And I said, thank you, I'm gonna go discover who I am. I appreciate what you did, and I went straight into the world, straight into the life that I knew. So I started taking every drug that I can find, drinking all the time. I found my value in people, what people thought of me, so I wanted the approval of others. So I was known as the person that was down for anything. You want to go here, you want to do this, like the craziest things, I'm the first one there and the last one to leave. That was me. And it was great for a while. I won't lie. Like, there was seasons there that I felt on top of the world. I felt so loved and so seen, until it wasn't. Until the highs weren't enough. I struggled with depression, so I would get down from the high and it was just this massive depressive episode, because it didn't go away. My situation wasn't changing, I was just masking it, and my escapes weren't working. They were just exposing at that point. So I would run to people and they would just show me the ugliness that was in me. I would run to drugs and I would start getting anxious, and because my thoughts were consumed with just a bunch of dark stuff, because that's what I had within. So I just kept coming back to emptiness. So I went back to what I knew. Who helped me in the first place? It was Christ. So I went back and I said, okay, Lord. He said, you really want me to work? I need you to surrender. I said, okay. And he asked me to give up basically everything. Friendships, obviously drugs and alcohol, the job that I was working at, everything. He wanted it all. He wanted it all. Even it came down to, I had blonde hair at the time, and I didn't even know that was an identity I was hiding behind. And he said, I need you to go back to your natural color. And I was basically isolated in a room for months. And he said, it's gonna be you and me. You're gonna listen to sermons every day. You're gonna read the word every day. And we're just gonna talk. And what I gained was a brand new life, because I'm not the same person. I literally ran into people after the fact. Depending on the people, some people are like, oh, I miss the old Tiffany. I miss the blonde Tiffany. I've been told that before. And I'm a completely different person, and I'm so grateful. I was dead in my sin, and now I'm alive. I was lost, and now I'm found. This is my story, from death to life.